What up, y'all? It's your boy. And usually, I was gonna start the link. I was gonna start the live at 10:45, but then I decided, you know what? I'm gonna do a little bit of talking before I start. Um, Damn, the Showtime movie is crazy. Bro, got some big ass titties. Anyway, also, I was also contemplating whether I wanted to go live. It's your boy Danny. Make sure you hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you hit the notifications so you know when the videos are gonna show up. Um, I'm definitely I'm gonna make some more videos and stuff. And yeah, I was contemplating going live or whether I should do that or not. Um, I was thinking like, should I go live? Should I not go live tonight? Because this is not necessarily a pay-per-view fight, and not only because of that, but because of the fact that I wasn't feeling too good today. You know what I mean? Been stuffed up. But you know what? The show must go on. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do what you gotta do out here in the streets. You gotta do what you gotta do. So, I have a passion for the sport. I have a passion for boxing. I love the sport. And I love talking about it. So this is why I'm doing this. This is why I'm out here doing what I do. And when you will love what you do, you're gonna show commitment to what you're doing. And that's what it's all about. I'm going to continue to commit to what I'm doing out here. So, with that being said, without further ado, we got Costa. I said Costa Zoo. Tim Zoo. He looks just like his dad, man. And for those of you who have seen Costa Zoo fight, man, you know, and they fight so much. They fight so much similar too. Mid range to inside, good punch selection, good ability, good body punches. The thing about it is, the glaring factor in this fight is the experience of Tony Harrison. Tony Harrison has fought the better opposition, and Tony Harrison is a former world champion himself. So he knows what it takes to be a world champion. Tim Tszyu has yet to fight at a world championship level. He has not fought at a world championship level. So he doesn't know what it takes to be a champion yet. I mean, we don't know if he knows what it takes to be a champion. This is how this is going to prove whether he knows what it takes to be a world champion. Another factor for this, right? Another factor for this, right, is the fact that uh, Zoo has something going on in his favor. He is fighting in his backyard, right? That's what he's doing. He's fighting in his backyard. That's gonna give him a boost, so to speak. You know how they always used to say about, when you fight somebody in their backyard, you gotta knock them out just to get a draw. So he's gonna have that advantage. He would, and this is a fight that would not have happened had Jermell Charlo been had Jermell Charlo been healthy. This is supposed to be Zoo versus Jermell Charlo, and I think he would have even a less of a chance to beat Jermell Charlo than he does Harrison for sure. But Harrison, styles make fights, man. Harrison, to me, he has a problem with pressure, especially in the later rounds. He has a problem with pressure in the later rounds, and that may be the key factor to this fight. So, like I said in my last video, if you guys watched my last video, which some of you did, you watched that last video. I spoke and I said I would give a prediction for this fight, and I'm really in limbo right now. Something in me is saying Zoo TKO 9, and something in me is saying that Harrison wins the decision. But he's on foreign soil, so it's kind of hard for me to say Harrison is going to win the decision, being that he's on foreign soil. So, and here's the thing, man. And I mentioned this in my last video. I said that Harrison in my video, not in my last video. I mentioned that Harrison has 29 wins, but he also has 21 knockouts. So he's not he's not just a boxer. He can punch. And man, can't wait for this thing to go off. But he's actually not that bad though. Kind of intriguing, the Showtime thing. He's not your he's a pure boxer, but he can punch. And he's unlike anybody that Tsyzu has ever fought before in his life. When you look at Tsyzu's quality of opposition, he hasn't fought the opposition, like I said, that Tony Harrison has fought. I'm gonna put the link in the chat, in the comment section. Anybody to get on this joint. And also, I'm gonna put the link in my personal chat here. So if I see if my boy AD can come on. So hold on one second, guys. But like, earlier today, man, I was talking about some stuff earlier today about some fights. Tony Yoka got beat by Carlos Takam. And Tony Yoka was coming off a defeat against Martin McCole. So he really needed this victory. Now he has 2 straight losses on his record. And now the fact that he has 2 straight losses on his record, now I don't think that he should be fighting anymore. I mean, he was an Olympic gold medalist. But, how old is he now? I believe he's in his 30s. So, I mean, he was still a prospect, so to speak. But, it just, I don't see any big bright future for Tony Yoka. He's now 11-2, and he's 30. So he just turned 30. He's not that far from 30. Well, he'll be 31 this year. 6'7". He's got skill, but it just wasn't enough. And if you if you can't beat a 42-year-old Carlos Takam, then who can you beat? That's just how it is. Who can you beat? Give me 1 second. I'm about to send this link to Adrian. GXT. Let's see if that works. Yeah, this is not a huge talked about fight. Not for the non-boxing purists, so to speak. You know what I mean? But we got this year is gonna be a pretty good year in boxing, man. We got a lot of boxing matches coming up. Finally, Tyson Fury is gonna fight. We're gonna, they agreed to a negotiation with Tyson Fury, and and he's gonna be fighting. Look at my man's Prince in the building. What up, Prince?
Give me a second.
Coolin'. I'm gonna keep talking my shit. So Tyson Fury is gonna be fighting Alexander Usyk April 29th. And that should be a good fight. We also got the King of Plant fight.
You said when is that? April 29th?
April 29th.
Shit, we got 2 big fights in April. That's a big one. April's gonna be a good month.
Yeah, May is too.
It's pay per view, right?
Yeah, May
Shit,
is
niggas gonna have to spend that bread.
May's gonna be a good year, good month too for boxing.
Which one?
May.
Oh yeah, fucking Devin Haney,
Haney
Inoue
versus
too.
Lomachenko.
Lomachenko is it Inoue and Bolton in May too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Niggas is spending bread back to back.
Yeah. Yeah, man, they're gonna have to get in their
Shit,
pocket.
cause for that, I have the fire stick, but for that Ryan Garcia versus Tank, I'm gonna support, and I don't want it to act up and have any issues like last time.
All right,
So this one, I'm definitely gotta be up front and pay for this shit.
for sure.
Which fight is on now?
So tonight, well, there's nothing on right now. It's gonna be on Showtime. But the
Damn,
graphic,
it's 10:30 and it's still not on yet.
yeah, man, because they're fighting in Australia.
Australia. So what time it starts? Probably like 11, 12.
No. It starts in about like 15 minutes. That's why I went. That's what I went. That's why I went on. So it starts in 15 minutes. Tsyzu versus Harrison.
Who you got?
Man, I'm still in limbo. See, I told people I was gonna pick. I was gonna pick, make a prediction. I'm kind of getting to that right now because it's like, yo, the thing is, Tony Harrison, he's more experienced than anybody that Zoo has ever fought. Zoo has never fought anybody like a Tony Harrison. And being that he has like 29 knockouts, 29 wins and 21 knockouts, right?
Who, Tsyzu?
No, Harrison.
Oh.
He's a boxer puncher. Well, he's more of a pure boxer than anything else, but he can't punch.
Yeah, he can box. He can box his ass off.
Great.
He's a big dude.
Yes, he is. And he's fought better fighters. Way better fighters.
I've honestly never seen Tsyzu fight. I'm gonna put the fight on and see how he fights, This is the first time. This is gonna be the first time me watching Tsyzu.
That's what's up. See,
What kind of fighter is Tsyzu?
Zoo is like a fighter. Well, if you've ever watched Costa Zoo, Tsyzu was just like his dad. Pressure fighter, mid-range to inside type guy. He's puts a lot of pressure on you. But his last fight he fought Terrell Gausha. He got dropped against Terrell Gausha, and Terrell Gausha is not a puncher. I spoke about that in my last video.
So if he did that, Harrison should be able to put in good work.
That's what I'm saying. So, in the beginning, I was thinking Tsyzu TKO9, only because of the fact of Tony Harrison late in fights who gets stopped by pressure fighters. But then I'm thinking like, can he win a decision against Tsyzu because Tsyzu is his experience going to carry today? And then
not everybody is a puncher like Charlo too. Just because Charlo did something doesn't mean.
That's right. That's right. So, do we know how good Tsyzu of a puncher Tsyzu is?
And tonight's gonna answer all the questions.
So that's why I'm kind of like, I don't know what type of pick to make. Like, because at first I was like in the chat, I was saying,
besides his last guy, the last guy he's fought, has he ever fought anybody else that's notable? At the division where people people can say that he's on fucking Charlo's level.
No. That's why I say it's kind of a blessing in disguise that he's actually fighting Tony Harrison versus
instead of Charlo.
Yeah, because I don't think
this will probably help his case if he can do Harrison in worse than what Charlo done in the first and second fight and completely dominate him and show that he's got like certain things. It might make for a better interesting fight with Charlo instead of going in there.
The only other fighter that I see, he did beat Jeff Horn. He TKO'd Jeff Horn. But what version of Jeff Horn was that? He beat Dennis Hogan. Not really that big of a name. I mean, Charlo beat him too, but no. Other than that, I'm looking at BoxRack.com and I don't see any big names on his resume, right? But when you look at Tony Harrison, he's fought the Jared Hurds of the world. He's fought, Charlo.
Tough competition.
He's fought Ishe Smith. Yep. Yeah, he's fought better competition. Even Fernando Guerrero was pretty good back then when he fought him. So he fought Bronco McCart, fought Grady Brewer. So even his gatekeepers are better than Tim Zoo's gatekeepers. But Tim Zoo has been fighting for the most part in Australia. This fight's gonna be
Yeah,
in Australia. He fought one time in America when he fought Terrell Gausha. See, if this fight would have been in America, oh yeah, it's about to go off. So yeah, it's about to start. But I mean this Showtime thing. Um, he fought Terrell Gausha in America. You know, he barely won that fight, and on two of the three judges' scorecards, it was like 115, 112, and 114, 113. He got dropped early, but he did give he did give Gausha problems. But the thing is, Gausha's not a puncher. So I was thinking, like, man, if he fought Charlo, man, I don't
damn.
I don't think he would have.
So we gotta see what he's fully capable
Where's
of.
Adrian?
Wanna you want
Maybe
to
he
know
switched
another
something
thing
up.
that no one's talking about tonight?
Hey, my guy.
What's
He's
up,
in the
Prince?
building.
What's up, Danny?
It's good.
It's good.
You know what's one thing that I did that no one really knows?
What?
So when Jeff Horn fought Pacquiao, it's the same shit. When you have home field advantage, if the
Yep,
fight's close, you're gonna win it. So
that's what I was just saying. I
yeah,
was
I feel
talking
like
about
the Pacquiao fight wasn't even.
no, I mean I think Jeff, you could have made a case for like 4 rounds,
Yeah,
but at that time Pacquiao was getting robbed on the regular, so no one cared.
yeah. That no one cared about his record. His record had
Yeah.
already been thrown into dirt. They were like, "Fuck it, one more robbery. We need fresh blood." Basically,
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean Jeff Horn was not like, I mean he really wasn't a good boxer. He was
I
just a
feel like they
brawler.
set that up. They set that up for Crawford. They knew
Yeah,
Crawford. They
because
wanted Crawford to
that's
get that belt.
ESPN. Yep.
I feel like boxing politics when they do moves like that or vacant belts or does situations where it's like that, like with Tank when Tank moving up to fight Boros, they feel like all right, like we got this.
Man.
Let's take this fight right now because we know our fighter. We can promote off this.
Yeah. Well, I could tell you one thing for sure. If you're gonna leave the promotion, they're gonna try to keep that belt. Like um, when Porter fought Carl Brook, that was the last fight on the deal. There was no way they were they were gonna let Porter leave with with the belt. There was no fucking way.
Like Floyd, like Floyd tried to
That's
do a
the
Rolly.
crazy thing. Yeah.
He wanted Rolly to beat Tank because
Do
he
you
knew Tank
think
was on his
Porter
way
won
out.
that fight or Adrian?
I'm
Which fight?
sorry.
You think Porter won that fight against
Which
Brook?
fight?
Yeah, Porter versus
Porter won
Brook.
it. Brook won it.
I
Nah,
thought Porter
bro.
won it.
What? You're crazy, bro. Brooke was boxing his ass off.
Yeah, but that's every Porter fight. He just
I'm
brawls.
not Porter. I mean, Brooke was back boxing his ass off.
Yeah, that's as I said. That's how Porter boxes, though. He gets it ugly, and then he wins rounds by just pace.
He couldn't do that with Kell Brook though. Kell Brook kept his distance. That was a prime Kell Brooks.
Yeah, that was the best Kell Brook. And not only that, he was also doing a lot of holding too to kind of stop Porter from coming in. He did
Yeah,
a lot.
he didn't allow Porter. That's a boxing IQ right there. That's a boxing strategy. He didn't allow
Yeah,
Porter to do that crazy shit on the inside. He put a
Yeah,
Floyd
I mean,
one
listen,
two.
it was a close fight.
it was very close for
I
sure.
think I had it like 7-5. Like it wasn't like
Yeah. So if you have it 7-5 either way, I'm not mad.
Yeah,
yeah.
it wasn't that much of a wipeout,
I
but
didn't call it a robbery. I'll just leave it at that. I just
No,
knew there was no way Porter was winning that fight no matter what. Even if he, won an extra round, if it was 8-4, they still were giving it to Kell Brook. It just wasn't happening.
nah. It's crazy how you mentioned that, Adrian, about the when they're on their last contract and they basically sabotage you when you're on the
Yeah.
last.
Unless you re-up. Like this is the thing which a lot of fans don't know shit about. Like they don't understand the business side of boxing. Like the promoter, always gonna look in the best interest of them, not the boxer. At some point, a promoter is not going to consistently and constantly lose money on a boxer. There's a
Like
reason why Crawford lost top ranked millions, and they didn't give a fuck when he walked. They didn't care because they were like, this guy, no one can make money with him. Prove me wrong. And now look, you know, he went to BLK Prime. They filed for bankruptcy. They lost millions on him. And what is he doing now? He's gossiping. He's thinking, what is are we gonna? Does he really think we're gonna fucking anyone's gonna care about him and Spence talking? No one cares, bro. No one gives a fuck.
At this point, it's all about fighting. What you do in the ring, not what you do outside.
But this is what he does, though. This is what I'm saying. Like, I'm only mentioning it as far as the promoter wise. There's a reason why no promoter gives a fuck about Crawford. They don't care. They're like, bro,
Oscar De La Hoya wanted him.
he wanted him only because, and he probably did sign with I believe,
Probably did.
deal in place, and all this is semantics. Like, I think it's all bullshit because all of a sudden Rocha becomes fucking mandatory, and his mandatory is not even due for like 3-4 months, but he becomes his mandatory the second. All of a sudden, wink, wink. He, you see pictures of him and De La Hoya, Crawford and De La Hoya. All of a sudden, they're fucking wink, 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 and then Rocha becomes mandatory, and it's like, how does Rocha become mandatory over Boots and Ortiz?
Boots, no, not Boots. Ortiz already. Didn't they already tried out with Ortiz?
I think Ortiz was on the path for the WBA, and Boots, he's about to get that IBF strap.
What does that have to do with
Boots team already admitted. Boots team already
You said what they meant?
and that they offered him the fight with Crawford, but then like Danny just said,
yeah, but
he
Prince,
just
here's
he
the problem.
wants
Here's the problem.
he wants the
with
IBF.
mentioning Boots. You can't boot. The thing is, when Crawford came up to Boots, anyone that's under a promoter. So like, if you're under, I'll use it as far as football. I'll make it like a football analogy. If you're signed, let's say you have a 2-year deal with your favorite team, the New York Giants, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The Dolphins or the Cowboys can't come up to you and are like, listen, fuck them.
I get what you're saying.
And come with me.
So,
That's why
yep.
when Boots' dad was like, bro, let's just get Showtime involved because we're under them. And then he was like, nah, we're not doing that.
So the thing is, Boots can't fight.
You can't tamper. Yeah. First off, that's considered tampering. And legally, there's a reason why all these media guys are fucking trashing Crawford because what he's doing is fucked up. You can't go after a signed boxer. Say the same thing with Wilder. People are like, "Oh, Wilder's like I'm a free agent." And it's like, no, you're not, you dumbass.
He's not.
The thing here's the thing. I understand what you guys are saying, and Boots has a total pass because I think Boots is a millionaire, but he doesn't have like the money that guys like Wilder has. But if Wilder wanted to, he could sign out of his contract. He can get away out. He can buy. He could. No. Wilder has enough. You're telling me Wilder doesn't have enough money to buy out of his contract?
No.
Why do you think? Why do you think Garcia was talking the way he was talking?
Prince, you can't. A team isn't gonna let you buy out of the contract.
Tank bought out of his contract. Floyd bought out of Tank bought out of his contract. Floyd bought out of his contract.
Yeah,
too.
But you're comparing a guy that could sell and a guy that no one gives a fuck about.
Yeah,
that's the difference.
Yeah.
If they're losing money on you, fuck off. They don't want you. They're not losing money on Wilder. They're not going to lose money.
So you're saying Pretty Boy Floyd wasn't making money?
He was losing money. You could Google it, research it. He wasn't making anyone money. Bro, you crazy?
So Tank wasn't making Floyd money.
Doing anything.
Tank was making Floyd a lot of money.
No, bro, are you crazy? He was nothing. He was a complete nobody. Pretty Boy Floyd. He wasn't even. He was fighting in Utah against fucking Chop Corley, like randoms. They couldn't even find somewhere for him to headline a fight. And this was in the prime of boxing when everyone was just getting views. Imagine now, no man, Mayweather wasn't getting shit, bro.
Not until he fought guys like Oscar De La Hoya.
Yeah, bro. Prince, you're young, man. You got to do your research.
Mosley, because I remember they used to say that back in the HBO days when he was Pretty Boy. They was like, yeah, he
They
can't.
tried to build Mayweather before he
All I'm
turned
saying
heel.
is 700
Top
for a
rank.
guy
Top rank.
for a guy with for a guy with nothing to buy himself out of a
Man,
$700,000 contract. That $700,000 is a lot of money.
Well,
you gotta
back
It's
then,
not
watch
it's not cheap.
the Showtime thing. It's on
yeah,
now.
but Mayweather had backing from
God,
undisclosed management, and like he had help. So don't make it seem like
nah, he had to have help
yeah, he had money. He had
and
help.
having other fighters like
Yeah,
help
he
him.
had no. I'm
Having,
saying he had help with that center, like him buying out that contract. The problem is this, Prince. These guys that like Wilder could still he's still a name. So clearly, as you can see, um, PBC is like shut the like bro. They told him to shut the fuck up, and they're not releasing him. He could suck a dick. It's not happening. He could retire before they release him because they have him. They have him on. They rightfully have him. They have his rights, just like anyone. When you sign a promotion deal, they own your rights. Like you're under their promoter. You know, so like there's no reason for them to back out. And the problem with Crawford is Crawford's a fucking liar first and foremost. That's number one. Number two, him reaching out to Boots is only for clout because he knows they're not going to sign that deal. Like Boots can't. He's under Showtime. There's just no like just because Crawford has Jay-Z, backing him up with whatever bullshit, like giving him, hiding behind no one even knows. It has to be Jay-Z. It's Jay-Z Rock Nation. They're the one that's pushing all this bullshit. That's the secret. I don't know why everyone's acting stupid, but I'm pretty sure it's him. You know, they're telling him, go find these guys and just bring them over. Just like he told Spence, bro, we got that
Shit,
backdoor money. Come to
shit.
us, 25
If
million each. What are you talking about, bro? It's not that
if a
it
guy,
can't work
but the
like
thing
that.
is, if you're saying a guy like Jay Z is saying it, I trust his word. If a guy like Jay Z or Frank Warren is saying, "Come to my side," you don't have to worry about it. Backdoor money, just sign a contract. Or you,
Who has Jay-Z promoted?
these guys are
What
billionaires.
credibility does Jay-Z have in boxing?
These guys are billionaires. 25
What
million
but
is
what
chump
credibility does
change.
he have in boxing?
Jay
I
Z.
feel
No, I think
if you
50
He has
Cent has more credibility than Jay Z in boxing.
Yeah, Jay-Z tried it with Rock Nation. It failed.
Yep,
Look,
I remember
BLK
when he
Prime,
did
where'd
that.
they get all their money? How come no
that
one
might
Yeah,
saw it?
Andre Berto at one point when Andre was a
true.
prospect.
Yeah, bro,
Rock
trust me.
Nation had it tried,
Boxing
but yeah,
is a really there's a reason why boxing is the state it's in. These promoters are fucking thieves and they're liars.
Of course.
And you can't just opt out of your contract. Boots
Nah,
isn't no millionaire, bro. Boots still lives in the hood, bro.
that's what I'm
facts,
Boots lives
saying.
in Philly, bro. He ain't got money like that. So
true.
when
And
again, his dad is not a businessman. So when they came up to his dad, he's like, "Oh no, like you want to fight, we'll fight." But like,
They're still getting to that level where
and
they're just
what did he
into
say
the pro
after the
game.
fact? You're a free agent. If you want that smoke, sign with Showtime. Let's fight. Let's do
oh,
it.
how
And then
ironic.
What did Bud say? Nope, I'm good. Of course, because Bud he's a clout chaser, bro. This is the problem with all the handful of Bud fans. The thing is, most boxing fans don't know shit about the business aspect of the sport. Like you just said, oh, you could just buy out. No, you can't.
You
It's
can't
not
just
that
buy
simple
out
because if that was the case, LeBron James would these NBA players have millions. They would just opt out of their contracts and go wherever
before
the
the end
fuck
of
they
the
want.
season. Yeah.
But they can't because
Didn't Russell just do that?
who?
Who?
Russell.
No, Russell
Westbrook?
Wilson got bought out by the
Oh,
team. The
Wilson.
team bought him out.
So technically, the team bought him out, but technically, he still was able to free will. He wanted to leave.
No,
He spoke his
he
mind
was
already.
they. So what happened? The way that works in NBA, because obviously they have uh, they have their. It's similar contract to contract. They fulfilled his contract because Utah bought him out, which means Utah said, "Listen, we don't want you to play, but here's your money that we owe you in your contract, and go fuck yourself. Do what you want." And that's what they did. The thing is, it's that works for a player or a boxer that no one gives a fuck about. As I just
Sure,
said,
I get your point.
if you're not selling, if you're not effective, they don't want you, yeah, like buy, take your contract, do what the fuck you want with it. You can't just rip up a contract because then a contract would mean nothing anyway. You know what I mean? Like all these athletes that sign these deals, it would be no purpose. There would be no promotions. It would, there would be no
True.
sports at that point.
Why was this guy? Why was I don't know if you guys know the background, but why was this guy Gamboa was having trouble, or was it Mikey Garcia? Were they selling to the point where their promoters was like,
Well,
"Fuck that"?
Mikey
You talking
Garcia,
about Gamboa?
Gamboa is that's a whole nother different
Yeah,
scenario.
that's a whole nother
Gamboa signed with Rock Nation, and then they had him like they didn't. Then again, you have non-boxing people trying to do boxing. It never works out. I
Yep.
predicted
That's why-
BLK Prime. I
That's why
predicted,
say, yep.
yeah,
This was before
That's why
before the
Gamboa's
Crawford
prime
fight,
is-
right?
Yep. That's why
Yeah.
Gamboa's prime was ruined because of that. You have non-boxing
Yeah.
guys trying to do boxing, and it may be the same thing that
Yeah.
ruins Terrence
he
Crawford.
should have fought down. They made him move up a weight class, and then he should have never fought at that weight class. They made him take a fight. An opponent's. He was the A side before that fight. They make him go to this rinky dinky in the middle of fucking nowhere, Nebraska like stadium, where it was like 99% of his fan base there. Short notice for him. Like it was just
when he fought Crawford.
yeah, it just made no sense.
Yeah, it was fucked up. His promoters,
undefeated.
whoever they were, they messed him up. He shouldn't have been, like you say, he shouldn't have been fighting at 135. You could clearly see he was too small. Yeah, he put up a fight, but that size.
But regardless, the point that I'm making is these promoters, the non-boxing people, there's a reason why they never last. These promotions never last. There's a reason why Jake Paul went to Showtime and he left that what was that other fraud promotion? What was it? What was the name of it?
I thought he was with the Zone.
Who?
No, he's with the Zone now. He's with he's with Showtime now. But before it was that weird what was that promotion company? They only had 2 shows. Fuck.
Driller.
Yeah, Triller, yeah.
Yeah.
And then they didn't even have enough money to sign Tio and fucking Cambosis. And they ended
Triller didn't last too long at all.
Yeah. None of these companies are going to last because they don't understand the sport of boxing and how
No,
fucked
they
up
don't know
it
the
is.
business.
The only way to
they're
be
giving money to
successful,
people who can't
you
sell.
have to buy out one of the promoters. You have to buy out Matchroom or Top Rank or even Golden Boy. Golden Boy doesn't really have that many, but after this Ryan Garcia fight, they're going to be.
I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised Golden Boy has lasted so long without a star.
Because they have a lot of Hispanic fighters and Hispanics buy tickets, so they do well. They do good gate wise.
Yeah, and like you said, Oscar's gonna be good after this Garcia fight.
Yeah, he's gonna be good. I mean, Oscar. All he needs to do is promote his fucking girlfriend. I mean, she's. Oh my god! Every video, like the thumbnail, it's just her and her like, her humongous breast and her attractiveness. I'm serious.
Do you guys think this fight breaks 800K?
I think it does 2 million.
Really?
Ryan Garcia.
Think so?
What was Canelo's his last 4? Has Canelo's last 4 broke 800?
No, I think
his last couple was like in the realms of 600.
Yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah,
I mean, no numbers are accurate, but it's around that ballpark. I mean, the thing is, this is a perfect storm. You have the unfortunate problem with this fight is the loser's pretty much fucked. But the reason it would sell so much more if either of them was a real champ,
And this has a rematch clause on it for Tank wise,
it's
but
gonna
not for
sell
Ryan,
because
right?
you got two social media guys. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Is this fight starting yet or no? Anyone have it on?
Right now, yeah. Well, right now it's on Showtime, and they got Jamel Charlo with the panel talking with Abner Mares, Brian Custer.
Just to recap on this fight real fast before we go to anything else. I thought it was weird. I think I brought in the group chat. I said, does anyone find it weird that they signed this fight 6 months in advance? This fight,
which fight?
Zeus versus
Oh,
Charlo.
you know why? Yeah, yes.
I was like,
yes.
remember
they signed it 6 months in advance?
It was more than that. It was like fucking 7-8 months, and I'm like, guys, it's summertime, and they're signing this fight for January, and then remember it got pushed back, and I was like,
yeah, I thought the only reason why this fight was signed is because Jamel Charlo was injured because this was supposed to be Zeus versus Charlo.
yeah, but it was that it got pushed back, but still, the problem that I had was, as I said, when it was summertime, I'm like, bro, why is this? And then then I started like contemplating, like, is PBC just broke? Could they just not afford it? You know?
Yeah.
Or maybe they were
I'm
looking
still
for the
confused.
right. Maybe they were looking for the right
You can't.
stadium. I guess. I don't know.
No, because look, I'll put it to you this way, right, Prince, Danny. Usyk versus Wilder. I'm sorry, Usyk versus Fury was signed yesterday. Yes.
Yep.
And it's 7 weeks away. 7 weeks isn't even 2 months.
Yo, that's crazy.
But they
When I
also
found out that that was
at the
April
same time
29th, I was
also
what?
it's kind of like
April 29th?
I feel like it's also kind of like Ryan Garcia and Tink, even though the same with Ferry and Usyk, they've been like you would probably say that's not enough time. 7 weeks isn't enough time for a
No,
training
it's
camp
not.
or whatnot. But
Oh,
they knew
well,
it
they know,
they
and
knew
It's
they
not.
knew in
as a
advance.
boxer.
They knew months before that they're in work, so they probably got their asses in training camps. Like, all right, we know that the fight's gonna be made soon.
No,
We're
but
talking to each other's
I'm
camps.
not talking about boxing. I could care less about the boxing aspect.
I'm
I'm
talking
talking
about the
about
promotional
promotion.
aspect. Yep.
The
The
promotion
promotional
wise,
aspect, bro.
That's
The
the thing. Like,
promotional.
you have to understand the Jake Paul and Tommy Fury fight was only 6-7 weeks, not even 6-7 weeks.
Yep.
So this is the point that I'm making: is why would it take two actual real professional boxers? Why would they sign a fight 6-7 months out when you have YouTubers and the heavyweights, the heavyweight champion of the
Heavyweight
world
champions.
is signing a fight 7 weeks away, 8 weeks away, 7 weeks, and then Jake Paul. You have fake fighters signing 7-8 weeks away, and then the best of the best signing 7-8 weeks away. But fucking Charlo and Zeus, a unification bout is fucking 7 months. What are we fucking talking about? Like, what does anyone want to? I don't know. I mean, listen, I get it. You're
I don't
young, Prince.
understand it, bro.
I get
I
it.
didn't understand that either. It took a long fucking time.
Yeah, it doesn't. It
But
doesn't make sense. I'm
they kind of
confused.
I felt like they kind of knew Charlo was gonna fuck up or something. They didn't. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
It doesn't make sense at all.
it's
So,
not common for boxers to pull out. Like in MMA, it's way more common because obviously MMA there's wrestling, and you have way higher chance of getting injured. You know.
exactly. So, I don't know, Prince. You said you don't really have a prediction. Do you have a prediction for this fight, Adrian?
I don't know who's. I have no.
Man, it's
I can
hard to
tell you
be.
this way. I think Tony Harrison's one of the best boxers in his weight class.
Absolutely.
Skill wise.
Absolutely. Skill wise, he's definitely a good boxer.
I think he's probably arguably the best boxer in the weight class.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I definitely agree.
He just doesn't have a gas tank after the 70s.
That's what I'm talking about. The gas tank. The two factors for me is the gas tank late.
You good?
And the gas tank late, and the fact that he's in Australia.
Another thing that's weird is like his dad. Like, it's very rare for the son of a famous fighter, to be good.
That is true.
It's not common, I can tell you that.
Not too many sons of fighters have been good.
Yeah.
Like, I remember even going back to like Tommy Hearn's son,
Yeah.
Hearns, he didn't do too much. Buddy McGirt's son didn't do too much.
I remember I was in high school. I saw Senior and Zab Judah fight, and I'm from Brooklyn, so like I'm with all my boys, and we're pushing hard for Zab Judah. And before the fight, they were like, Zab Judah's the greatest of all time.
Yeah, man.
He's the greatest, at his weight class. He's the best. This guy just, no one could even fucking land a punch on him, yada, yada, yada. And he got embarrassed. And I was just like, who the fuck is this guy?
Zab, it was always like that when Zab stepped up.
Yeah, well, Zab fought everyone. He did the opposite of Mayweather. So
yeah, he did when he was younger.
Yeah,
for all the unification matches.
So I can tell you one thing. Growing up, I was like, this motherfucker's scary, bro. And he didn't. I don't know how much money he made, like financially, like if he did really well. But
his father, right?
Off enough where his son doesn't have to box. But that's the only thing. Like, I don't know if this guy has dog in him. You know?
I think the
I
thing.
mean, most of the time, just because you don't come from that background, boxing is boxing. Just
I know, but
sometimes just
it's
because you don't have
different
to box.
when you got money, man. It's different. I'm telling you, it's.
Your
You give me an
desire, man.
example. Just give me an example of someone who's got money that does well.
Prince
I just
Nassim didn't have to box growing up.
Yeah,
okay.
but when he got on the biggest stage, what happened when he fought Marco Antonio Barrera?
Yeah.
Marco
True.
gave him a clinic. It was a clinic.
I'm just trying to say, give me one example. I haven't seen it. So
I haven't either.
see this, like I was mentioning this in the group chat. A lot of boxing fans are like Johnny, where when they debate boxing, they have no basis for what they say. They're just like, oh, Tank's the greatest of all time because he's a midget and he wears purses. Like, that's
He's
what
a
you're saying.
midget.
Like,
Somebody send this chat to Johnny.
yeah, no, send it to him. It's
I
fine because
did.
I'll
He's.
debate it with anyone.
I did.
I'll put it to you guys this way. I don't watch much movies. I'm not much of a movie guy, but like if like Marvel, like the Marvel shit, the Marvel movies with like Spider-Man and um Rock. What I don't know the Marvel movies. You guys know? You guys
Yeah,
watch those Marvel movies?
Yeah.
I watched them.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
like there's no like gauge for how strong these like superheroes are. Like Batman could like fight like Superman. It's like okay, like based on the story, Batman could be like could just do one punch and like kill everyone, but then like he'll fight like some like bad guy and he can't even hurt him. You know, you have to have a gauge. You have to have some sort of like scale and how you measure guys. That's
nah,
a
there
make
is there
believe
is
world.
there is there is a gauge. Batman can only fuck with Superman when he has plot time and he has
I
prep time
understand,
and
but that one of the
stuff
point
like
I'm
that.
making is that in make believe world, like Marvel, there you can't really you can't really argue debate. You could have a debate, but it doesn't make sense because it's make believe. It's not real. Whereas in boxing, like I brought up, you have to bring up facts, and your resume is what your resume is.
It
You know
is
what I
what
mean?
it is.
You can't discredit Devin Haney, an undisputed champ, and
Yep.
make it seem like he ain't shit, but then suck the dick of fucking Tank Davis when he hasn't done anything. You
True.
can't
Facts,
suck Tank Davis's dick when he hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
He's
facts.
not a
The,
champ.
the dude's
He's
won
not
like
a fucking champ. He's a fucking paper champ.
He's a paper
yep,
champ
baby
He
belt,
hasn't
baby
beat
belt
with a
champ,
anybody.
belt
baby
And
belt
that's
champ.
the point that I'm making.
with a belt that
If
isn't
you're in the
even
boxing
a
gym,
main belt.
That's
if
what I'm
you've ever
saying.
been around
Baby
real
belt.
boxers or any real athletes, bro, you will get slapped if you're like, yo, Devin Haney ain't shit. Like, what are you saying, bro? Are you
Yeah.
fucking stupid? An
Yeah.
undisputed boxer, an undisputed champ, you're gonna say ain't shit. How could
Right.
you even fucking like you sound so fucking dumb. You have no credibility by saying that.
A
You
dude
know?
that went into somebody's backyard and won the title,
You
and
can
then
have an
did it
opinion, right?
twice.
Of someone beating someone, which is fine. But you cross the line when you say Devin Haney, uh, Jermel Charlo, undisputed guys. They're overrated, bro. They're just They haven't beaten anyone. It's like okay,
That's
I
in your
get like
division.
Tank hasn't beaten anyone. You could say it because he hasn't. But
No,
if you're
yes.
an undisputed champ, bro, to be an undisputed is not easy. It's one of the hardest things in all of sports.
Give me a second, I'll be back.
You know, that's why I get mad and I'm like, he's like, oh, you're insulting me. I'm like, I'm not insulting you. I'm just attacking your credibility because you have none. You have to have a basis of what you said. And then he
Gotcha.
was like, "Oh, you said Castillo beat Mayweather in the first fight." I'm like, "Yes, it wasn't close. I thought Castillo won clearly. I don't even think it was close. I don't think the fight was close. I don't think Mayweather won more than 3 rounds. Maybe four. But guess what? That's
Politics.
still not
Politics
close.
has a lot to do
Eight
with
to
that.
four is not close. And
Nah,
then I said, how do you judge fights? How do you win a fight, Danny, in boxing? But outside of KO, TKO stoppage, how do you win a fight?
well, there's four criterias:
Yeah.
generalship, defense, clean, effective punching. We've been watching it. We've been doing this since what? The HBO since Harold Letterman used to say that all the
Yeah, but that's the point I'm making with these guys. Like the punch stats don't matter when their guy wins,
Of course it
But
doesn't.
when their
Of
guy
course.
loses, it's like, nah, they're not even accurate. Who knows who does it? And then I'm like, you want like there is listen, I'm not saying stats are everything, but it's something to rely on. So when I
Exactly.
said Castillo won the first fight, the punch stats weren't even close. Castillo he
Bro.
threw more, landed way more, even per rounds. Like, it wasn't even close. That's why a lot of people were like, that shit was a robbery. Like, Mayweather did not win that fight. They had an unknown Mexican dude versus someone they were really pushing really hard. Former Olympian, American, Black American. They're going to push for that, whatever,
Right.
He got a gift that first fight. Even the second
Yep.
fight was close. But the
Politics.
first fight, in my opinion, wasn't even close. I thought Castillo won by a wide margin. 4 rounds is a wide margin,
It is.
So,
Especially with the when it comes down to it, man. Like I said, politics play a big factor.
yeah. And then again, I'm not a Castillo fan. Like, I'm not a
Me either.
fan.
Me either.
I'm just saying that's my basis. Like, it's not like, and I'm like, the thing is, like, in this Tank fight with Ryan, I get it's good for the sport because it's like 2 big names. But what are they fighting for? Number 1 contender? Like, what are they fighting for? I don't know. I'm asking. Are they fighting for like
there's
Twitter
no bet on the
championship?
line. There's really, I guess, what they're saying is that because it's them two is they're fighting for who's the face of boxing, whatever.
The face of boxing ain't the winner of this fight. I can tell you that.
I don't think so either.
Because what's gonna end up happening is I don't see this fight. I actually, with Ryan, I think Ryan has a higher ceiling because Tank's just gonna do what he always does. He's gonna go back and just continue to fight bums. He's not gonna fight Shakur or Haney. No fucking way.
No.
He'll fight Loma off a loss. Yeah, he'll fight Loma.
You don't think so? You don't think Tank's gonna fight Devin? I don't think.
No.
I don't think
Hell no.
Nah,
bro. And then another thing is, I don't know why boxing fans fail to realize that. Do people? I guess some of the. If you've ever seen Devin Haney in person, bro, he's huge. Like, this guy's big. Like, he's a big dude.
Bigger than
you know what I mean?
Big.
And bro, he's gonna look 4 weight classes bigger than Tank. And because I guarantee you, Devin Haney's not agreeing to no rehydration clause. That ain't happening.
Man, you know what that shows to me? When you got a rehydration clause and stuff like that, why would you put a rehydration clause to somebody who's supposedly smaller than you?
Well, some commissions have it mandatory, but he specifically requested it.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying, like, you can't use that. Everything that I'm hearing from Tank fans is moot because Tank Davis said he did it just to piss him off because he's A-side. So,
damn. You watch it? You watching Showtime right now?
Yeah, I have it on.
Bro, you see that? Did you see that uppercut? Damn.
Yeah.
Whoever that guy Gonzalez. I think I've seen Gonzalez before. He fought Jean Pascal. I don't know who this kid is that's fighting.
He's not even sweating, and it's the 6th round, bro.
He's about to get him out of there.
Yeah, I mean, he's looking left and right. He's laughing and shit. So, oh my god,
bro.
Well, this fight should end if
it's about to be over, bro.
Yeah,
it's about to be over.
You could tell in the eyes. This is actually a very good. The camera is very nice. The production's really good.
Oh yeah, it is. It is
because you could actually see into the fighters, like when it's crystal clear like this. You could see their eyes, and they should stop this fight. This is.
He looks super slow too, Gonzalez.
When the round ended, or they throw a towel in. That's a small ring for tonight, bro.
Oh, that's what I'm about to say, bro. I was about to tell you about that. That could be a huge. You think the two in this team wanted this small ring because Harrison is a boxer and a mover.
Yeah, I think they did. I believe they did. Yeah.
Harrison's may have to stay in the fight.
Yeah. Bro, what do you think about Haney and Loma? You think Loma's got anything left?
Man, bro, that's going to be... Whew, I want to go to that fight. I really want to go.
Yeah.
That fight's going to be... Man.
They waited too long. That's why. And then Ramadan kind of backed them up.
Yes.
Fucked them up.
Because Haney's Muslim. So, yep.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, man. That's a pick'em fight. That's a 50-50 fight.
I don't think so. I think Loma arguably drew. I don't want to say he lost his last fight, but it was a draw / like.
So you think
he did not look good in that last fight, bro?
You think Haney beats him? Easy.
I think the only way Haney loses that fight is if his weight cut again is really bad. I don't like Haney at one. I think Haney needs to
I
move
need
up,
him to
bro.
go. Yeah, he does. But I think this is a good fight for him to set him up so he can go up to 140. So
I don't think Loma's gonna stand a chance against him. He's too small,
that's
man.
man,
Haney's.
that's a
I don't know why people like aren't giving him credit. Haney's big, man. He's a
you know
big
what?
motherfucker, bro.
You're right. He is a big 135. I
Bro,
forgot.
he's
Forget it.
big
It's
as
hard.
hell.
Yeah,
He's
it's
gonna be
hard.
one of the biggest 140 pounders, bro. He's
Yeah, it's hard for
huge.
him to make that weight. He
I
can't
don't
make
think
it.
anyone realizes how big Devin Haney is, man.
Yeah,
And
he
he
is.
could box. So like, not
Yep,
only like do you have a
he's got
guy who
skills.
has crazy reach and just size, all that it doesn't matter because he has better skills than all these guys. That's why I'm
Yep,
like the only
that's
guy
true.
I know could beat him is Shakur. Shakur just has the mental edge over him.
Man, Shakur beats everybody in my opinion.
Yeah, but
All
Shakur
those guys.
just
Tank,
you could
Tank,
tell their body language every time they talk. Listen, Shakur is the alpha. Like there's just no way around
oh
it.
yeah, big time, big
Shakur
time.
only loses to himself. That's it. There's no other. No one's beating Shakur outside himself. That's it.
I don't believe. Yeah, I don't believe that at all.
I would like to see Shakur in there with one of these really tough, like Hispanic, go forward fighters. You know,
Shakur's at 35 now, right? Is he? Oh, here comes Prince.
yeah,
Welcome
he
back,
moved up.
Prince.
He moved up. He
Yeah.
moved up. Is
Now we were
Prince
just
back?
talking about Shakur. Like, what you think, Prince? Does Shakur beat all the 135 pounders out there?
Yeah. Shakur
Yeah.
beats everyone from 135 to 140. 147, it gets tricky. But 135 to 140, Josh Taylor isn't fucking with him. Fucking Tio isn't fucking with him.
No
Regis
one's
isn't
fucking
fucking
with
with
him.
him.
Regis definitely not T.O.
Yeah, but Shakur, his frame is not now because he's still like a young man. When he gets close to his 30s, bro, he's gonna be a solid 147.
Man,
Facts.
who you telling?
Facts.
Not
Once,
even fully
once he
filled
goes
up, right?
into 147, it's up.
Oh, it's up for him for sure. It's
But
definitely
I don't know.
Yo,
That gets tricky too because guys
Prince,
like Ennis
what do you think
is
about
nice as
Loma
hell.
and Haney? You think Loma's got a
Yeah,
chance?
what you think about Loma Haney, Prince?
Lomo's got a chance with anyone because Lomo's a tricky fighter. Even though he may have looked shit against Ortiz and Tio beat him, Lomo to my standards aren't as good as everybody hypes him up to be, but he will give you a test with his tricky foot movement and how he fights. So
Yeah,
Haney
but he's
better be
got to
careful. But I
stop
feel like
Haney.
Haney's
He ain't
gonna
winning no
outbox him
fucking
though.
decision. I can tell you that.
I think what me and
I don't know.
Adrian was talking about is what me and Adrian was talking about is that he's a big guy. He's a big 135 pounder.
Who
So those punches, and he can box. So those punches that Loma feels, he's gonna feel those punches because
feel like
Haney's gonna
Haney's
come in
gonna
at
big.
least at
Loma's
140.
old, man. Loma's
And
old.
Loma is
Bro,
old. Yeah,
did you watch his last fight, Prince? He didn't look good,
like
man.
shit.
He didn't look good at all.
He didn't look like the same Loma.
Ortiz
He got hit
was
more than I'm used to seeing him get
Ortiz
hit.
was outboxing him at times.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I feel like
he's
I feel like he's just like washed. I feel like
But Ortiz
he's
may
too
be faster
small.
than Haney though. At the same time,
You think so?
boxing skill, I feel like Haney is sharper. But Ortiz is sharp too. But I feel like Ortiz has a little more like.
Which
how do I say
Ortiz
it?
are you talking about?
The Ortiz that fucking this guy just fought.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about it. I feel
He's
like
faster than
the
Devin
biggest
Haney.
I think he's
Loma's
faster.
biggest problem is that he's the smallest guy in that division, and he's facing the best guy in the division. So I just don't know how he's got to be a huge underdog. Like I don't see how he even wins like 4 rounds.
The thing is, like, what I mean by fastness.
That's a hot take, though.
Like,
that's a hot take. I never thought of it that way.
Haney being too big and Lomo being one of the smallest 35.
Yeah, he shouldn't fight at 135. He's not a 135.
Haney's not 135. He had to wait during. We forget he was almost had to kill himself to make 35 to fight Kim Bosa.
I hope people keep to the same energy that they're keeping with fucking Haney and Haney and fucking Lomo when Haney comes in 150 the night of the fight.
He's gonna be more than
How to-
150,
how
He's
to-
sir.
gonna
how
be
to
more than
fucking-
150,
He's
bro.
gonna be more than 150, sir.
I hope they keep hope they keep Haney to the same standard they're keeping Tank and Ryan Garcia.
Well, we just
No, they're
mentioned
not.
that. That's what I'm saying is the biggest. This is what I meant. What I mentioned when you were out, Prince. People need to understand. Devin Haney he walks around at allegedly 185, 190. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Yeah.
In MMA, the 135s, they walk around at 155, 160. So in boxing, I don't know how Haney makes that weight class. It's fucking mind-boggling to me. But Tank Davis is a midget, and he's a tiny guy. The undisputed champ is not doing a fucking hydration clause. He's gonna look 40 pounds bigger than Tank Davis. He's gonna be 40 pounds bigger than Tank Davis the night of the fight. That fight is gonna be really, really bad for Tank. That is the worst possible matchup, and his handlers will never let that happen. It's not gonna happen.
Haney Tank.
Side.
Yeah.
It's never gonna happen. I'm telling you,
the A
there's no
side.
way.
He's the A side. He's not signing no contract where he has to
No
only come in
way.
147.
No fucking way. Haney probably.
I mean, I don't know. Honestly, ticket wise, Haney isn't the A side. Tank is the A side, but he has all the belts. So if you want all the belts, you have to fucking listen to the champ.
Yeah,
That's right.
Listen, Tank Davis.
Terms.
There's a reason why he is where he is in his career, and his resume is garbage. He hasn't fought anyone. He's not gonna fight a guy where he first off he's gonna be an underdog in that fight, and that's not gonna happen. He's never gonna sign a fight where he's an underdog. He won't fight Shakur. He ain't gonna fight Shakur. He ain't gonna fight Haney. It ain't happening.
It's like
It's just not
Shakur
gonna
said.
happen.
It's like Shakur said. These guys only want to talk tough when they have fights lined up.
Yeah, that's it. That's Mayweather 101. That's Mayweather.
They start calling out other people's names that they're not even fighting to bring more attention to themselves for their fights. It's an old trick. It's been going on for years.
Mayweather did that every time with Pacquiao for years, for 5-6 years. The day he started the fight, oh, he's ducking me. Oh, he's ducking me. And it's like, wait, what?
Oh, he won't take the blood test.
Yeah, Triple G, same thing with him. His whole career, he was facing it. The second he started the fight, all these guys were like, oh yeah, no, I want to fight Triple G. And it's like, bro, he just signed the fight. Like, you know?
Right. Speaking of Triple G, he vacated his WBA belt.
Some
which
bullshit.
makes
GGG has been doing that for years though. The bullshit.
So now Harris Landy Lara is now the full-fledged WBA champion at once.
But listen, you guys are Triple G. He should just retire. Like, give him a break. No one fought him.
They're both old as hell. They're both 40 years old.
Yeah, but his entire prime, no one fought him.
Nobody. Except for, well, I can't even say Canelo was his
He
prime.
fought a juice Canelo how many times, bro? Give him a break. He's good. Please.
No, he's good. He should
retire. He's good. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. He's probably going to be arguably the best guy at that. He's a top 3 guy in his weight class all time in the history of boxing. So he doesn't need to fight Lara. What does Lara do for him? Nothing.
What does Lara
do? What do you mean? Bad style matchup. What do you mean? Well, what do you mean? What does Lara do for him?
It's a bad style matchup. What does Lara
fight do for him? Right?
It is a bad matchup. But what are you saying? Not what you're saying, Danny.
It's not going to generate.
You're saying good.
Money. It's not going to do anything. It's not going to enhance his career. It's not going to do anything for his resume. Nothing.
Beating another champion like Lara. Lara's fought some dogs too in his career.
Okay, and he's lost to almost all of them.
True.
So, like, I'm just saying, it does nothing for Triple G at this point.
That is true.
Nothing.
Well, it's better for my man.
His career's over. He fought Murata in Japan in his hometown and beat him. That's it. Like,
that's it.
You know, I don't know what
better for my man Ian Green. I hope he gets that title shot
how
next.
This fight right here is still going on with this Gonzalez guy.
Yeah. People need to chill with the GGG hate because his entire prime, everyone ducked him. So he's good.
Yep. I have to agree.
And when they didn't duck him,
Canelo didn't fight him until he was almost ripe for the taking, basically. And he still, in my opinion, didn't win that first fight.
Listen, Andre Ward used Triple G's name for clout. That's all you need to know. For years. You know what I mean? all that drama, he's got to move up, I'll move down. Bro, Andre Ward was calling out Mayweather, bro. Like, this is the type of guy. This is what I kept saying 15, 20 years ago when 15 years ago when this fight was talked about. I was like, bro, Andre Ward was calling out fucking Anthony Joshua, Floyd Mayweather at 140. Like, this guy's a fraud. Like, he's not fucking taking these fights. He's just clout chasing, bro.
Andre Ward didn't care though.
No, you weren't around when Andre Ward's camp was sucking Triple G's dick. They were begging him for a fight. Literally,
Yeah, they wanted that fight.
Huh?
They wanted that fight. He wasn't ducking no smoke. GGG was ducking the smoke. GGG.
You have a 160-pound guy against a guy that moved up to 175. How is he ducking that fight?
He said he'd fight him at 68. Well, why didn't GGG want to meet him halfway?
So the only time Andre
GGG had been in that weight class for so long at that point.
The only time
he was
they offered or even mentioned anything was the second Triple G signed the fight. All of a sudden they were like, "Oh, let's do 168," and it's like, "Well, we just signed the fight. Like, we could wait until after." The only one time Triple G was not in contract was the fight before Andre Ward said, "All right, I can't make one." His dad said, or his trainer said, he cannot make 168 anymore. That's it. We're moving to 175. And then that week they sent a contract over to Triple G saying 168, and it's like, well, what do you mean 168? Your trainer just said you can't make 168 anymore.
If they sent the contract, that mean they were going to try to make that 168.
There would have been no belts.
It would have been nothing. It would have been a good name.
But he moved up. He vacated. Once you vacate, you got no belts. He wouldn't
have to move up if he.
And
he
why would Triple G
did Canelo vacate his belt when he moved up to fight Dimitri? He didn't have to vacate. All he had to do was
he vacated though. That's the point that I'm making. And you're talking about a guy that was inactive for how many years? He hid behind promoter drama.
He would have beat the bricks off of GGG.
Okay, but he would have, but it never. It was, yet again, would he beaten Mayweather too? Like, wait, like, what are you arguing right now? The bigger guy's gonna beat the guy that's significantly smaller. Yeah, you better hope he beats him.
He should.
How would he be done versus Anthony
All
Joshua?
I'm saying is Andre Ward ducked no smoke.
He
didn't have to fight the Super Six. He didn't have to do that. He beat the best of his division. He didn't have to do that.
He spent more time not fighting.
All of the champions in the Super Six were the best in the division. Are you gonna say that wasn't the case?
Well, it depends. I mean, at the time, like I said, his weight class. The problem with Andre Ward was he was so inactive that like it's hard to really judge him, But the biggest problem for him is no one watched him, no one gave a fuck about him. So like, why should we discuss him if when in his prime when he was fighting, no one watched his fights? Like I don't know. Like I don't know. It's really a tough subject for me to dispute because, like, he was inactive, and the toughest guy he fought beat him. Kovalev beat him. So I don't know. Like
Whoa.
And now if you look at the guys in that weight class, he has no chance.
Jump on that.
Whose hand was raised? I forgot honestly.
I don't really care. I mean, listen. On
paper,
I
just want to know. I just want to know whose hand.
Yeah, it was Andre Ward, which is fine. But like, if now listen, there's no basis for this argument. So that's what I'm saying.
No matter how you slice it or dice it, at the end of the day, Andre Ward's hand was raised twice.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like Floyd was saying, no matter how you slice it or dice it,
that's fine. But at the same time, and I get yes, he won. He was one of the most irrelevant boxers in his time frame, and there's a reason why none of the promoters wanted to pay him anything. Because they know he's full of shit. If he was a legit guy, people would have paid to see him, but it didn't happen, man. I'm telling you, like
he just wasn't promotable, just like Crawford.
It's not. No, it's not that. Crawford is promotable. It's just when Crawford thinks he's the smartest guy in boxing, and he's not. You know, there's a difference between Crawford and the huge difference between Crawford uh, and this dude, because the difference, Crawford moved up. You know what I mean? Andre Ward just stayed there. You know, like he didn't. You know,
Crawford
and
moved up
if you
twice.
just look at the skill test and the eye test, there's a reason why Andre Ward retired early. He saw Better Beeve and B-Ball. He saw these guys coming up. He has no chance against these guys.
What was Bitterbeef gonna do?
What
was he
do you
gonna
mean?
do?
What's Better Beef? He's
What
what's his record?
was Bitterbeef gonna do against
What's
the
his
boxer
finish
like
rate?
Andre Ward?
What's his finish rate?
Against who? Guys, Andre
What's
Ward
his
are
finish
better
rate right now?
against
You said
guys are better than him.
it's 100% finish rate.
So you're saying you're comparing guys like Brownie to
Well, what about
fucking Andre
B-Ball
Ward?
though? Well, no.
Huh?
Compare B-Ball and Better Beef to Kovalev. They're way better.
Kovalev was a monster at his time. What are you talking about?
That Canelo beat? Come on, stop. He wasn't a monster.
Of course, Canelo's gonna beat that version of him. What are you talking about? Was Canelo beating him? Was Canelo beating him years prior to that?
Wait, you're arguing against yourself. How much of a monster was Kovalev when Canelo fucking mollywopped him, bro?
Which version of Kovalev are you talking about? Drunken Kovalev that years after the fact?
Skill wise.
Of course, anybody could. Fucking Crawford could beat that.
No. Compare Kovalev skill wise, any version, and B-Ball. Are you fucking crazy?
All right,
you gotta be out of your fucking mind.
You're right.
That's a different.
Yes, B-Ball. That's a different story.
And now look,
fucking
you know
fucking Beaterbev. Yes,
Better
fucking Better Beef. Yeah,
is a
you
fucking
can compare. You can
Better
compare
Beef
prime Kovalev to him. Kovalev was better actually. If you want to think about that,
I don't think so.
He had a better jab.
Yeah, he was better. He was stronger.
Technically,
I think
better technique.
Better. I mean, Kovalev is, first off, power wise, nowhere near the power Better Beef has. Number one. Number two, Better Beef, his biggest attribute is his pace. That motherfucker, he has a pace. Kovalev can't keep. It wouldn't have been a 4-round fight. Better Beef's pace is why he wins his fights. He gets stronger as the rounds move up. If you watch his last fight,
that is true.
He didn't slow down.
That's true.
There's a reason why.
But is Andre Ward dying out? Have you ever seen Andre Ward tired in the fight?
He was tired of Kovalev.
Late, he got stronger against Kovalev.
No, he wasn't tired against Kovalev. He kept the first fight. Yeah, the pace.
The first fight
was kind of uncomfortable.
Late. He came on late.
Yeah, he came on late. He started to adjust.
The point I'm making is this: he was too inactive for us to really judge.
Yeah.
His prime. You weren't around. You were probably like 5 years old when he was in his prime. In his prime, he fought more with this promoter than he fought opponents. That's the problem. You know what I mean? Like it's like an incomplete career. I'm not saying anything bad about him.
Yeah, and he also had injuries too.
Well, the injuries were for one. I remember back in the day, the injuries were just mainly an excuse because he didn't want to deal with the promoters. You know,
Thurman shit.
So, Keith Thurman has a legit debate. PBC hates him. You know, PBC legit hates Keith Thurman. I don't know why.
They're trying to get Keith Thurman.
He's worse than Broner when it comes to activity. They'll put him in one fight and they'll keep him on the shelf for like a year or two. Like, bro, if you put him in one fight, let him fight 4 months later, 6 months later. Keep him active. It's that simple.
I don't know. Pete, you can't compare PBC fighters with anyone. PBC, almost 99% of all their fighters, duck. They're not in the business of competition. You know, it's very rare to see a PBC fighter in a fight that's 50-50. It's very rare, you know. So, yeah, I don't even. Who does PBC even have anymore? I don't even. I'm trying to think.
They're happy.
I mean, only people that they have. Oh, Fedor's fighting.
Yeah, I don't even.
He's fighting Mendoza, but they got PBC. Yeah, they just got the same.
I guess they got planned.
They got
Plant and Benavidez. I guess I don't.
Benavidez and Plant. I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to think. Like,
Same group.
Shit,
yeah,
Same
but that's the
they
same.
tried
Yeah.
to they
And those
tried to
guys
play
are on their way
Canelo and try
out
to
because
sign him,
you're not
but
going to be done
Canelo was like,
forever.
"Fuck
Well,
that."
I mean,
Well, yeah, but why would Canelo? Why would Canelo? Canelo's not going to fight Plant again, and why would he fight David when David hasn't done anything? Like, I said this 2 years ago. What people are like? Oh, Canelo's ducking David. Why? How is he ducking? David doesn't have a belt.
Fact, this guy hasn't fought
Russell
anybody.
versus Cruz.
He lost to the fucking scale. Like,
He said Russell versus Cruz.
Yep. I don't know
When?
if that's Gary Russell.
yeah, Gary Russell's coming back.
Gary Russell's gonna get. Wait, when is that?
Is he
Soon.
fighting
He's
Santa
gonna get.
Cruz?
He's gonna get killed. But yeah, what's Cruz?
I know
If
Gary
it's-
Russell's
if it's-
coming
if
back.
it's-
I know that.
If it's
Oh,
Isaac,
no.
if it's
Eddie
Isaac Cruz,
Morrell
he's gonna get
versus
hurt.
Danny Garcia. No.
No.
I was about to say. No,
Danny Garcia, isn't he?
They
Isn't
just
he
on the
moving into
PBC
154 now?
Yeah, he's the
Man, I
154
don't know
pounder,
what
supposedly.
Oh, they're just showing the roster. I thought they were saying David Morrell versus Danny Garcia. I'm like, what?
No. What Gary Russell is coming back. Apparently, this is like the fourth time they've said this. He's back. They're like, he's actually like,
Bro, he's been back.
He's
Like,
finished. He's
bro, when
another
you look
one.
at Boxing Rec,
his
though,
career.
it's funny that you should say this. When you look at Boxing Rec, there's nothing on here that says that he has a fight.
he was on Chris. He was on one of those YouTube fight hype saying, yeah, he's got a fight signed. He's got a fight coming up. I know that.
Oh, he's
He
fighting
talks too
Isaac
much.
Cruz.
He just
He's
talks.
fighting
Yeah.
Isaac Cruz.
He's gonna get
Oh,
knocked
Isaac
the
Cruz is
fuck
gonna
out.
knock him
I like
out.
Gary Russell,
Isaac
but
Cruz?
Yeah.
He's
I
gonna
don't
get
know
hurt.
about that one, Gary.
Isaac Cruz is gonna knock him out.
He hasn't
his big
fought.
mouth isn't gonna save him.
No. Gary Russell is just.
If this was years ago,
You want to talk about
years ago,
clout
I'd have
chasers?
Russell, but
You want to talk about clout chasers?
Hey,
Gary
when's Rolly
Gary
Romero
Russell
fighting?
Jr.
Speaking of clout chasing,
Who?
Rolly Romero.
Oh, he's supposed to be fighting. They just showed it on the Showtime. You watching the Showtime?
Yeah, I didn't see who
He's
he's fighting.
fighting.
that guy's
who's he
chin is
fighting?
cooked.
They just showed somebody. He's fighting somebody.
He's fighting for a belt, so good for him.
what?
That guy's American
Real?
2.0.
Not a real
Two?
belt, but he's fighting for a belt.
You said he's what? 2.0.
He's American 2.0.
Yeah, Gary Russell's
I
just
can't even
another
say
American
it.
hype job. Bro, this is why, like all these like
so Myoga 2.0.
non-American boxing fans hate these hype jobs.
Whoa, he is fighting. He's fighting Alberto Puello, 21-0 for the WBA Super Lightweight Championship.
Yeah, that's a big fight,
What?
bro. Rolly's a Rolly is people could say anything they want about Rolly. Dude's got what, 11 fights?
Yes,
Like,
sir.
And he's fighting for world champions. He headlined the pay-per-view.
Well, he's got 15 fights.
15 fights. His 14th fight was a fucking pay-per-view fight. So
Right.
people could say whatever they want.
Headliner.
Yeah, Prince, how many guys that are 30,
money.
40 fights in and don't even have a fucking, no one even knows who they are, you know?
There's a lot of fighters out there. Probably about 80% of the fighters.
You know? So
This guy's
good for
only
him. I
15 fights
support
in,
him
he's
because
having-
he gets nothing but hated on by the entire boxing community. And
What the hell
that
happened to
video
Al?
they leaked of him in sparring, which they said like all the earlier rounds he knocked him down, and they said, of course, they showed the clip of him getting rocked like after he got like 6 or 7 knocked out. Like, it's just, that's petty, bro. That's why you never show sparring.
Never. That's why a lot of people don't even let the cameras come in there because of stuff like that gets leaked out. So main event's about to start.
The one sparring I would love to see,
bro. That ring is small, man.
Floyd and Spence.
That's Mayweather only beats women and children now, bro.
That Spence knocked him out.
Who did?
That one sparring session I want to see is Floyd and Spence. Supposedly Spence.
No, you'll never see that. You will never see that until Mayweather dies.
I think I remember. I think
even
Andy,
then they'll
I
hold
told you
that
this 2 years ago.
Thanks.
I think Prime versus Prime. I think Crawford. I think Crawford beats Mayweather.
That's a good album.
Wait, you said Prime versus Prime. Which Prime is Floyd?
At
you consider Prime?
147.
You mean pretty. Oh, okay. At 147.
Yeah, at 147. I think
Okay.
Crawford. I think not only beats him. I think he stops Mayweather.
Nobody stops Floyd.
Okay, well, that's my opinion. It's a really, really bad matchup.
That's
And
tough.
A really bad
my
matchup would be.
basis-
But you know what?
A really bad matchup would be Sugar Ray Robinson. He would hurt Floyd probably in 3 rounds. He'd take him out of it.
Yeah, but those are different eras. It's tough.
That's a different era.
Yeah, different
It's
eras.
hard to
Tough.
compare that era.
Yeah, it's
But
hard to
Sugar Ray
compare.
was
I'm only
ahead of his
comparing
time,
based on what I've seen. If Oscar gave Mayweather problems, just forget about it. Bud would have. Oh my God. 140, 147. I think I would have picked him. Yeah,
Mosley almost dropped him.
yeah, and I think Mosley at when Mosley was running the show at the 130s, 130, 135. I think he would have beat Mayweather too.
He asked Mosley for a fight
but asking for a fight means nothing. There's a difference when it's time to actually sign a contract.
Yep, you gotta sign the
contract. I don't believe I'm not asking is moot. Like I can ask a girl on IG, can I sleep with you? Means nothing. Like it just like if she responds and she's like, all right, 1,200 a night, and I don't take it, can I still brag?
Lady just botched the national anthem. She said, "For the land of the brave."
Oh,
she just botched the national anthem.
Is my feed that back? I gotta change this channel.
Oh my God, are you watching Prince?
That shit.
I have it on, but I think my stream is that delayed.
It won't pop up on my shit, on my Fire Stick. I can't find it.
Oh man,
Look for Showtime.
It's on regular Showtime. It's not a pay-per-view.
Yeah,
but it's on pay-per-view in Australia though.
Yeah.
Let me try Australia.
Did she finish the anthem or no?
Yeah, she finished it. She botched it. The last part, I just barely heard it. She said, "The land of the brave." I'm like, how do you mess up the national anthem? It's something that you learn when you're like 4
Well, she may not be American though. That's the thing.
She can't be. That's the only benefit of the doubt that I'll give her. Now they're singing the Australian anthem.
What are they showing for you right now? Are they showing Zeus?
They're showing the ring and the guy singing. He's singing the Australian anthem.
Oh. I'm downstairs. I don't have cable down here, so I'm using the streaming.
What stream do you have?
I'll send you a text with it.
Yeah. All right, they about to walk into the ring.
Are they showing what's his name walk into the ring right now?
No, nobody's walking yet. They just have Jimmy Lennon Jr. Jimmy Lennon Jr. is talking. Man, Jimmy's old, bro.
Yeah.
He's still going strong.
Hey, good for him.
This is an interim champ. Oh, this is the interim WWBO championship. It's not the actual.
Yeah, because they were supposed to unify.
They're supposed to unify. Man, that ring is small as hell, bro.
Yeah,
that ring is stupid small, bro. I think they did this on purpose.
They want to force Harrison.
Meanwhile, Tony Harrison is the trainer of the undisputed women's champion Alicia Baumgartner.
Yeah, she was on.
That's her.
Yeah, I went to that
trainer.
fight. I went to that fight in person. She's a.
Did you think she lost?
When she fought Michaela?
Nah, she boxed.
Nah, yeah. Baumgartner's got some skills, man.
I thought she lost.
You can tell she's been trained.
You're talking about the undisputed champ, right?
Yeah, but I thought one of the champs.
Yeah, she's undisputed.
Nah, she boxed that fight. She boxed beautifully.
I'm confused, then maybe it was the fight before.
It's probably the fight.
I remember watching. I was like, I thought
when she fought Michaela.
I don't remember the names. I don't follow women's boxing, but I remember watching, and I was just like, yeah, something's wrong here because I'm like, There's no. I'm like,
Yeah, it had to
she
be the
didn't
fight.
win that fight.
It had to be the fight before then. Because
Yeah.
that last fight was Michaela
dominant.
split
Is
decision.
Tony
Last
walking in
fight
now?
she had. Oh, so you went to the Garden?
Yeah, I went to the Garden for that. It was in a Hulu theater.
Yeah, the
The
Hulu,
small one, the small
the
room.
small
Yeah, the
Garden,
small
not the big.
one.
Yeah,
That one, Sereno actually sold that one out. She did good for
Yeah,
women's boxing.
she dropped it was Ellen McAllen. She dropped her 3 times.
Yeah, there was a lot of good fights that card. But Amanda, she's good with making weight. One moment she's fighting at 125, one moment she's at 140, 135. She's crazy with the weight divisions.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Serrano was on that card. That's right.
Yeah, she pulled out, right?
She was the main
She
event.
pulled out of the Taylor fight.
Yeah, they had the contract signed.
She's supposed to fight her in Ireland, so now it's going to be Chantel Cameron.
Sereno, she has to switch up her game plan if she wants to
Chantel
beat
Cameron
her.
is taking her place.
Yeah, now that fight, I had it like fucking basically a draw. I had it 6-6, 7-5, either which way. I'm like, it's all right. It depends how you score a fight.
I had it like
Harrison,
too, but I feel like it could have went.
Now it's Zoo coming in the ring.
This shit, I can't even find it.
That's why you do a skirt.
Harrison said that he's in the best shape of his career, but I don't.
Every fight.
Yeah,
no,
right.
I'm just making it clear.
Every fighter says that for real.
But then at the same time,
knocked out or losing, and then they have excuses.
Like I was sick last week.
You want to know what he told Chris Mannix? He said that his entire career, he never trains until he signs a fight, and I'm like, this is a short notice fight, so like, did he train for like 6 weeks? Like,
or is it coming just for the paycheck?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like,
I was telling Prince earlier, right? That Zoo got dropped by Terrell Gausha. Terrell Gausha is not a big puncher. So
yeah.
what do you think that fares for him in this fight? Because he got dropped by a guy who's not a puncher.
This guy Harrison isn't
has
much
like
of a big
8
puncher
knockouts.
though either.
Huh?
This guy Harrison isn't much of a puncher either.
I mean,
no, but he's accurate though.
He's got 21 knockouts in 29 fights, so he's a bigger puncher than Gausha is.
Hey, Danny, is Zeus walking in now?
Yeah, Zeus coming in now.
All right, same. So we're not too delayed.
Yep, we're on the same page.
It's crazy how he looks just like his dad, bro. It's crazy.
Bro, he looks exactly like his father. Now they're showing like pictures of him training with his dad.
Bro, Prince, I wish you watched that Zab Judah fight live, bro.
Bro, you have to see it. You mean the one where Zab was tearing Casa Zoo up?
I seen
and then the second round, he got dropped.
Bro, it was the craziest fight I've ever seen in my life.
Dang.
Like, literally the craziest fight. No. Riddick Bowe versus Galata was the craziest fight I've seen in my life.
I hate.
That's my guy, Riddick.
Yeah.
He doesn't like the name Riddick. He likes to go by Bowe. He's like, last person.
Bowe versus Galata 1 and 2 was the craziest fight I've ever seen in my life.
Bowe versus Galata 2. You know, I remember you were talking about the punch stats. You know, bro, Galata hit Bowe, I think, on 1 round in that second fight, where he was just teeing off on Bowe, like teeing off on him. And he landed like 76% of his power punching. He landed like 64 punches in 1 round. I'm like, man, they needed to, that's the fight that really gave Riddick Bowe.
I thought Bowe only had like 1 loss.
He does only have 1 loss.
So he beat the guy.
He was getting the shit beat out of him by
Andrew. Bro, that fight was fucking crazy, bro.
So he landed a shot.
Both times. But because he couldn't keep his punches up, that's how he got himself disqualified, because he's an idiot. He has a mental breakdown every time. And then after that, he quit in some of his biggest fights. He quit when the going got tough. He quit against Michael Gray. He quit against who else?
No heart.
Tyson. He quit against Tyson.
Bro, Prince, I'll put it to you this way. Me growing up, all the boxers fought each other. Bro, it was a great time.
Absolutely. The 90s.
Now these motherfuckers, no one fights each other.
Nobody fights each other now. Here comes Tsyzu.
The hell are you watching, Prince?
What are you watching, Prince?
That isn't me. That's my mother. I'm trying to. This won't pop up even on Australian. For some reason, I can't find freaking
I don't know
Showtime.
what streaming service you're using or Fire Stick.
I'm using Fire Stick.
Should send him the link.
I'll send
Yeah,
you a link.
yeah. Send me the link.
Zoo's in the ring right now. So tell the tape. Zoo is 5'9". Harrison 6'1". Harrison has a 76-inch reach to Zoo's 70. Harrison's tall, man. I didn't 6'1". Jeez. That's crazy. But the problem is this ring is so small, man. This ring is so small.
This fight was supposed to start at 10:45.
Well, that's because I know, right? I thought it was going to start at 10:45, but that other preliminary fight was on. That Gonzalez guy, whatever the hell his name is.
Damn, bro, they just posted photos of John Morant at a strip club.
What?
Bro, this motherfucker is done. Bro,
no, he's finished, bro.
He's got this. Have you seen the photo?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's in the NBA chat.
Put it in the
Oh
chat.
my
Put it in the
god!
chat.
You have to go into the chat. Check
I'm
it
about
out.
to look at it now.
This dude is done.
Oh, he's wilding. He was at
My,
the club. He was at
my
the club.
man does not care at
My man
all.
was getting head.
This dude, look at the money though.
Oh, this man out here think he's. What does he think he is? Scarface?
Bro, he got some money and just said, "Fuck it."
Bro, he is wilding.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, that's a wrap for him. And this is a reliable source too.
I mean, academics, fat ass. He's good with his sources.
Yeah, he is.
He's always snitching and telling, bro.
Yep. He's
Allegedly. He likes to sue, so let me just say allegedly.
I know, right?
Yeah, he'll send an NDA real fast.
Tony Harrison. He looks real confident. He looks like he pointing a gun at Zoo with his gloves. Better watch yourself, brother. One thing about Tony Harrison, he's not lacking confidence. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
That dude's a confident guy.
Excellent boxer, bro.
Jimmy Lennon Jr. just introduced him as the hard-hitting Tony Harrison.
No, you're a little bit ahead of me.
The hard-hitting, because he has 29 wins and 21 knockouts, I guess that's why they call him, quote-unquote, hard-hitting.
He better not be just coming in here for a payday, bro.
Bro, I'm going to be so pissed. I'm going to be so pissed if he comes in here with no...
Listen, I'm going to head out because you're a little bit ahead of me.
Okay.
And, yeah, I this may be a quick fight, so...
You think it's going to be quick?
Well, I don't think so, but it may be. If this motherfucker... If he's honest on what he said, he doesn't train. He only trains when he signs a fight. Bro, this shit was signed like 6 weeks ago. Fuck. And this is his words. I'm only going based on what he said to Chris Mannix.
Damn.
Oh man, Tim looks fucking nervous.
He does, bro.
Rings.
Tim looks real nervous, bro.
Yeah, I mean, he was around when his dad fought in these crazy stadiums, so.
He was, but he wasn't. He was too young to even realize what was going on. Way too young to realize that. It's the biggest fight of his career.
Yeah, the thing is, Kambosos isn't really from down under because he's like Greek and shit, and like he's a weirdo. This guy's like one of their own. You know what I mean? There's a difference.
Yeah.
So, you know. And if he wins tonight, if he looks good tonight, forget about it.
Harrison looks taller, bigger. I don't know, bro.
All right, bro. I'll be back. I'll be commenting though in the chat.
Okay. All right, so Tony Harrison, Zoo for the championship, junior middleweights. Harrison looks pretty big, man. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. He looks pretty big. Harrison using his jabs. You guys are watching on Showtime. You definitely should watch it. If not, tune in on here. I'll give you the play by play, the blow by blow, so to speak. It is on. Harrison using his they're really tentative right now. And this ring is small, man. This ring is so super small. Shout out to my boy Adrian for being on there. Shout out to my boy Prince too, if he's still on. Harrison has his back almost touching the ropes right now. And he's throwing jabs. Zoo has not even gotten his offense going yet.
Oh yeah, I can't. I was talking, but my shit was on mute because it
Oh,
seems
for
like I
real?
can't have both. Yeah, I
Oh,
can't have both on. I was watching the fight.
you watching it?
Yeah, I'm watching his link, but I can't do both. I can't even. I can only listen while I watch. So I might fuck around, just watch it, and wait. You can hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you.
All right, because I'm watching it too. It's on actually. I figured out a way.
Oh, you good? That's what's up.
How
Yeah, man.
you can still hear me?
Yeah. What you?
How far along? How far along is it? Are they touching gloves?
Oh no, I'm in the first round. You
Oh
must be
yeah, first
you must
round.
be behind me. Damn,
Someone just called me and it messed up.
it's early though. I don't know who's winning this first round. I'll be honest with you. Harrison's throwing a lot of jabs. Zoo's just being like real patient right now. Harrison's not moving either. He's not really moving too much. He's just standing right there and using his jab. Zoo with two good jabs right there. Another good jab by Zoo. They're both just basically trading jabs in this first round for all the viewers. Coming up on 10 seconds. It's a good 1-2 by Tsyzu. And Harrison continues to throw jab. Not too much, I mean, not too much going on in after this first round. Not too much. Not too much action. You know what I mean? I really don't know who won that first round. But you know who the judges are going to give it to? I guarantee you they're not going to give it to Tony Harrison. I bet you they won't give it to Tony Harrison. Harrison has to make more of an impact. If they're fighting on even terms like this, see that was a good 1-2 by Tsyzu. So that round was tough to score, but I think I gave it to Zoo because Zoo threw a little bit. He landed more combinations. So in those little moments, Tsyzu is going to get the benefit of the doubt because he's the home fighter. Yeah, my boy dropped off, so it's just me. So I'm gonna do the commentary for this fight from here on out for all y'all. Round number 2. I get that first round to Tsyzu, with everything being said, because there's a left hook by Tsyzu. There's a jab by Harrison's trying to use his jab. Snapping with the jab is Tony Harrison. Left hook by Tsyzu. See, I think the fact that this ring is very, very small, as I've stated many times before, the fact that this ring is small is playing a big factor in everything. So that's going to make it hard for Harrison really. And Harrison is more of a stationary target. He's not using his boxing ability. He's just standing right in front of Tsyzu. But he's throwing some pretty good jabs. But he has yet to unload with his right hand or his left foot. He's just throwing jabs. But those jabs are effective. He needs to pick it up. Definitely needs to pick it up. Tsyzu is just landing right hand. It's a big right hand by Tony Harrison. That's the first right hand he threw. Tsyzu's trying to throw an uppercut every time Harrison throws. That's why he's putting Harrison, basically, he's putting Harrison, making Harrison leery of that uppercut because he can't throw his right hand, making Harrison keep his hands at home. Good jab by Tony Harrison, smacking Tsyzu right in the face. Tsyzu just puts pressure, pressure, pressure. There's not many power punches. Harrison only landed one power punch. Harrison should throw more hooks as well. It's a pretty good round. Tough round. It's another tough round to score, man. I don't know who's winning that round. There's a good right hand by Tony Harrison. Good combination by Harrison. Round 2 is over. Harrison's going to have to pick it up a little bit more if he wants to win this fight, in my opinion, still. Because you're not at home. You're not on American soil. You're in you're in Sydney, Australia. Look at that. That was a good right hand that showed. Those kind of right hands by Tsyzu. Who do I give that second round to? It's a slight edge to Tsyzu. Slightly. Very competitive though. But Harrison has to step it up and offer more than just a jab. Because that's all he's really doing. He's throwing a jab. Round number 3, Tsyzu, Tony Harrison for the interim WBO Junior Middleweight Championship. This round, and as I mentioned before, this ring is super small, super duper small, bro. Let's see. Tony Harrison throwing some jabs as usual. That's the only punch that he's been effective with. Whereas Tsyzu has been more effective with the power punches. And they knew what they were doing by making this ring small because they know Tony Harrison's a mover and a boxer. But Tony Harrison, he has a 6-inch reach advantage. Tsyzu's throwing a lot of punches. Look at the jabs. 20 of 55 for Harrison. 8 of 20, 34 for Tsyzu for 24%. 36% of these jabs for Harrison. Now, if only Harrison can use that jab to set up his power punches, he'd be okay. Now Tsyzu's starting to throw his own jab. Let's see what he can do. Tsyzu's starting to throw his own jab to counter Harrison's jab because Harrison has become predictable with his offense. Now Tsyzu can do some stuff. Now Harrison throws two jabs. The second one landed, smacked Tsyzu in his face. But I think the more effective punches thus far have been landed by Tsyzu. Harrison needs to throw more than just a jab. But that's all he's doing is jabbing. He's not throwing any other punches. And I doubt that you could win a fight with just one punch. Oh, there's a right hand staggered Harrison. Harrison in trouble. Harrison in trouble. Man, oh man. Harrison hurt. Harrison is hurt. Harrison holding on. Tsyzu going to work here. Now Harrison's going to have to do more than the jab. I'm telling you. He's going to have to do more than the jab. Tsyzu had Harrison hurt. He almost dropped him. Harrison just standing up against the ropes, throwing jabs. Tsyzu's looking for an opportunity to counter. Uppercut. Just missed by Tsyzu. He's trying to catch Harrison on the end of the. There's a hard right hand. Another right hand by Tsyzu on the top of the head of Tony Harrison. Another hard right hand on the top of the head by Tsyzu. There's a left hook. There's a huge round for Tsyzu. There's no question about that. Man, I'm telling you, Tony is respecting him, bro. No question about it. No question about it, man. Tony Harrison he was hurt, bro. Twice. Shout out to Adrian in the comment. Oh my God. Look at that right hand. He almost could have been a 10-8 round. Borderline, if you want to be honest. Could have been 10-8. Good grief, that was a good right hand by Tsyzu. Oh my God. If he would go to the body, oh man. Okay. Back on. If he would go to the body, he would present a lot of problems. Now Tony Harrison is wary of being countered. Yeah, Tim's no joke. Tim is no joke. It's the biggest fight of his career, too, against the best fighter he's ever faced. All Harrison is doing is throwing a jab. That's the only effective punches that Harrison is throwing and landing. And that's not going to get it done in this fight. It's not going to get it done by any means. By no means is this going to get it done. He's got to let that right hand go, and he has to come back with a hook of his own. And he has to go to Tsyzu's body. He's not doing that at all either. And he's just standing there. See, this ring is playing the Tsyzu's advantage. Here comes Adrian. What up, bro?
What round are you at right now?
Bro, I'm on round number 4. And
how much time?
I got like a minute.
Oh, shit. I'm at that third round. I thought it was almost over.
Bro, he almost got knocked out.
Yeah, Tsyzu's power is fucking.
It's like that, bro.
Yeah, I think he's he's definitely deserves to be in there.
Oh yeah, for sure. The only thing that Tony Harrison is doing is throwing a jab.
Yeah, well, that's because the pressure is too much, man.
Yep, and this is what I talked about earlier about Tony Harrison doesn't deal well with pressure, but usually that's late.
Yeah, this is listen, there's still a lot of rounds left, but
still a lot of fight left to go.
Zeus looks way better. I mean, he's beating Tony way better than Jermell was.
So. Absolutely. Actually, you could argue that he was beating Jermell until Jermell stepped up later on.
Yeah, he was. I mean, I think on the scorecards he was up. So
he was up.
Yeah.
So this is impressive by Tsyzu.
Yeah. So
very impressive.
His power is just like this. Him and Charlo's going to be a fucking fireworks show. I don't know who's going to back down.
Man, I don't know.
I think both guys' wills are. It's going to be a fucking. Holy shit! That's going to be a scary fight to watch.
Very scary. If anybody could go.
So all right, I'll be back, bro.
All right. So he came back with some commentary there, but what I was saying was, all Tony Harrison is doing is throwing jabs. Period. That's it. And because of that, Oh my God. It's round number 4 that just ended. And I can't see a round that Tony Harrison has basically won. I really can't. They knew what they were doing. And I say this time and time again. They knew what they were doing with this ring. And as it stands, these shots that Tsyzu lands. Look at this. Ooh, left hook that time. See, I still can't give around to Tony Harrison so far. I don't think anybody has Tony Harrison winning a round right now. Not even one round. Round number 5. There's a lot of fight to go, but Tony Harrison's gonna have to pick something up, and he's gonna have to do something other than throw 10 power punches. He throw 10 power punches in 5 rounds. That's not gonna work. Tony's moving now. He will. Oh my God! A 1-2 smacked him right in the face for his movement and his troubles. Tony's in full respect mode now. Now Tsyzu has Harrison where he wants him. There's an uppercut by Tony Harrison. He's making Harrison fight now. Harrison has no choice but to fight. Harrison's going to have to. Oh, good left hook by Harrison. Tsyzu got Harrison up against the ropes, and he's trying to pound away. There's nowhere Harrison can go. There's nowhere he can move. That's the first combination I saw Tony Harrison throw all night long. There's an uppercut by Harrison. He gets out of there. Now Harrison's trying to get out of there, but Tsyzu is all over him like a cheap suit. Ooh, hard right hand by Tsyzu. Ooh, right hand by Tsyzu. He smacked Harrison right in the mouth with that right hand. Harrison throws 3 uppercuts, left uppercut, right uppercut. Now he's doing away with the jab a little bit more. It's something he should have been doing in the beginning. He should have been establishing himself a lot more. Now he has to fight. Harrison's fighting a little bit better. Tsyzu tried to throw that overhand right and try to get Harrison out of there. Just missed another overhand right. He just missed that right hand. And I mean, he just missed it. Big right hand by Tsyzu to the body. Harrison needs to go to the body himself, and he's not doing it. Left hook by Tsyzu. Just barely missed. Barely missed. Tony's in bad position. Oh, man. Tsyzu is trying to catch him with that uppercut when Harrison throws that 1-2. Tsyzu is trying to catch him with that counter right uppercut. And if he lands that shot, which he's barely missing, this is round 5. There's a good left hook by Tsyzu to the body. Again, as I stated before, Harrison is effective with the jab, but there's nothing else that he's effective with. Just the jab. Round is over. We're coming up to round 6. I really it's getting late. It's getting late as far as the fight is concerned. Tsyzu, man. Oh, look at that straight right hand. That was right on the button. Hit Harrison right on the button. Bing, right in his mouth. Straight right hand, right in his mouth. Replay, boom, right in Harrison's mouth. The straight right hand. Sad, boy. This is sad. Harrison's getting beat up. To be honest with you. You know, my first thought was Tsyzu stoppage late. but then I didn't really officially make a pick online. So, um, because I didn't know what type of, what. This is the biggest fight of Tsyzu's career. He's never had fought anybody as good as Tony Harrison. This is an impressive performance by Tsyzu so far. Now he hasn't dropped Tony Harrison. There's a good left hook by Tsyzu as round number 6 starts. It's a good left hook by Tsyzu. Man, the only thing that Harrison has done that's been effective, and I keep saying this over and over and over and over and over and over, and over again, is a jab. There's nothing that Tony Harrison can do. And this small ring, again, as I made that statement, I've made that point over and over, is a factor. Like, and when Harrison throws his 1-2, he's wide open for a counter uppercut. There's a left hook by Tsyzu. There's a hard right hand by Tsyzu, straight right hand. Tsyzu slowly but surely try to methodically take the legs of Tony Harrison out, mixing up his punches, head, and body. Harrison is relegated to sitting against the ropes at times because when he moves, there he goes. His back touches the ropes. Harrison has never controlled the geography of this ring under any circumstances. Has Harrison controlled the geography of this ring? And it looks like it's only a matter of time before Tsyzu lowers his boot. Tsyzu is putting tremendous pressure on Harrison. He's cutting the ring off. The only punch. It's just a lot of pressure. Double jab by Tony Harrison. That's all he has. He's talking a little bit trash. Good smacking jab by Harrison. Hard right hand by Harrison. Finally, he lands a shot that he needed to land. Here comes Tsyzu. Tsyzu with a left to the body. Tsyzu with a right hand. Tsyzu with another left. He's got Harrison up against those ropes. That's danger. Coach Tony Harrison, man, having a tough time. The trainer of Alicia Baumgartner. Harrison with a double jab to end the round 6. At this point, I still don't know if I can get Tony Harrison around. That man's, I don't know, man. I really don't know, guys. I really don't know. It's round number 7, and Tony Harrison is really getting hurt from pulling the post. Tsyzu has always landed the more cleaner punches, the more effective punches. The pressure of Tsyzu is really wearing on Harrison. It's round 7. I don't know. The winner fights Jermell Charlo for the title. It's tough here. It's a tough fight for Tony Harrison right now. Round number 7 is really tough for him. He's having a very tough night because the pressure is all over him like a cheap suit. And if there's any round that I gave to Tim that you would give to Tony Harrison, it would be the first round. It'd be the first round. Other than the first round, I can't see Tony Harrison winning the round. Yeah, I said I gave Tsyzu a slight edge in the first round, but Um, Harrison didn't do bad, but other than that, nothing. Harrison's got to do something right now, right here, right now. Harrison takes a couple of steps back, and he's on the ropes. As soon as he takes a couple of steps, he's on the ropes. He moves left, he moves right, he moves laterally. Zoo moves laterally. This is a perfect example of cutting off the ring, controlling the geography of the fight, doing what you're supposed to do. That's what. That's what. Look at this. 63 punches landed to 20 for Harrison in power punches. That's what I'm saying. That is the key. That's the key to this fight. One man's landing more power punches. The other one's landing jabs, but he's not controlling the fight with those jabs. Those jabs are supposed to be table setters so you can eat. And Harrison needs to throw more punches. He needs to do something to get Zoo off him. And he has not gotten Zoo's respect yet. He's got to come behind that jab with something else. Zoo comes right at him on the right and the left and backs Harrison up. And the fact that Harrison is up against the ropes like this in Sydney, Australia, you really think he's going to get the benefit of the doubt of these scorecards? He's effectively lost this fight, in my opinion, on the scorecards. And I'm talking about the actual scorecards. Because every round is just a carbon copy of his predecessors. Where Zoo's backing Harrison up against the ropes, and Harrison is trying to do anything he can do to get Zoo off of him. But it's just not working for him. Like I said, Harrison's this is a top fighter at 154. I'll tell you one thing. There's one guy who will make him get respect. That's why I asked, will Harrison get Zoo's respect? And that's the key there. He has not gotten it yet. He's had his back up against the ropes for the majority of the fight. And the only significant punch that he was able to land is a jab. Whereas Zoo's been had more power punches. And he's also been the better puncher. He's also had the pressure. And this is an impressive performance for Tsyzu. But I think he wants to go out of here with a knockout. Oh, there's a hard right hand. As soon as I say that by Tsyzu, he landed a right hand, just missed with a right uppercut. I think he's trying to step it up and get Tony out of there. That's that TKO. Harrison does not do well with pressure fighters late in fights. And that's the problem with him. Ooh, good right hand by Harrison. Excuse me. Harrison. Wow. All three of Harrison's losses by stoppage. He was ahead on the scorecards, or even. This fight, if he gets stopped late in this fight, this will be the first time he was not ahead on the scorecards. And like I said, he hasn't won a round as of yet. This fight's basically over, in my opinion, on the scorecards for Harrison. He needs a knockout to win. Overhand right by Harrison. Here comes Zoo, though. Harrison's got to fight. He knows he's going to fight. There's no boxing right now. You got to start throwing punches. left hooks, right hands. You got to throw punches. Anything can happen in boxing. You know, anything can happen. But this right here is basically a mauling by Zoo. Now Harrison's trying to just fight on the inside, fight his way out of this. Harrison throwing more power punches he's been throwing. He's trying to smother. He's standing right there in front of Zoo because he has no choice. He has no choice. Now he's going to have to fight. He's going to have to fight, and he's fighting. Harrison just slipped. That canvas is very wet, so now the referee calls time. A lot of moisture in the ring. So we got a little bit of a delay here. Now Harrison is now going to a different tactic because he doesn't have any choice. All right, 17 seconds left in round number 8. Harrison has no choice. Ooh, Zoo just missed with a sweeping left hook that tried to end this fight. End of round 8. Better round for Harrison. I'm not sure if he won that round, though. He had no choice but to go on the inside and start fighting. He had no choice but to start fighting. There's a right hand by Harrison. Yep. So Harrison has not been able to get Zoo's respect all night long. That's the biggest part of this fight. And being the fact that Harrison does get stopped late in fights. So the later it goes, I think the better it is now for Zoo. Zoo hurt him early, got his respect. Now he's dictated the pace of the fight. And you can't give Harrison more than one round of this fight, unfortunately. Vicious shot by Zoo. Good. Good right hand to the body by Harrison. Left hook by Zoo. Tsyzu is prime. Now, this fight is actually in the center of the ring. Let's see what Zoo does. Is he going to turn it up a little bit more and try to get Harrison up out of there? It's round number 9. A jab by Harrison. Another good jab by Harrison. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, what a right hand by Zoo. That right hand landed flush on Tony Harrison's chin. Amazing that he took that shot very well. Legs have come steady. I don't know if he's hurt or it's because of the moisture in the ring. Every time Harrison throws that jab now, Zoo's looking to counter. Another right hand by Zoo. Lined him up with the right hand. Lined him up again. Body shot. Harrison's in trouble. Harrison's ready to go. Harrison is hurt. Left, right. He's teeing off on Harrison. He's trying to get Harrison out of there. There's a left by Zoo. Harrison's in trouble. Harrison uppercut. Harrison another uppercut. Another uppercut. Another uppercut by Zoo. Another one by Zoo. It's over. Down goes Harrison. Down goes Tony Harrison on the seat of his pants. Counts at 5. At 6. 7. I don't know if he wants to make it. I don't know if he. Oh my God! I predicted TKO 9 before I said something. I told the people in the chat room in there. I said TKO 9. It's over. My prediction came true. Oh my God! TKO 9. TKO 9. I said TKO 9 when I was on the chat. I should have stood by what I said. I should have stood by what I said earlier. I was speaking into my boys in the boxing chat room, and I said Tsyzu TKO 9. I said that. It's over with. Tsyzu TKO 9. He dominated. He got dominated in this fight. So now it's gonna be Tsyzu versus Jermell Charlo. Look at those power punches, man. 105 power punches to 29. How you expect to win a fight like that? You're not gonna win a fight like that. And you landed 45%. When you land 45% of your power punches, yeah, you can hang it up. You can hang this fight up when you when you land 45% of your power punches. Good grief! Look at those uppercuts, man. Look at those uppercuts, dog. Well, man, you can see Alicia Baumgartner in the beginning. Oh man, Alicia Baumgartner in the background screaming for her trainer. Her trainer got knocked out. That's tough. Man, oh man, oh man. Well, maybe Tony Harrison should just focus more on training Alicia Baumgartner. He does have an undisputed champion. We'll see if he's going to continue to fight after this. But the next fight's going to be Tsyzu versus Jermell Charlo. But I'm about to get off here. You know, I'm out in a few minutes. Yeah, I'm about to get off here. It's a good fight. Well, I can't even say it was a good fight. It was just a dominant performance by Tsyzu. So make sure you drop that like, drop that share, and ring that bell notification. It's your boy Danny. Let's get it. The boys out of here. Tsyzu, TKO 9, Tony Harrison. Man, what a fight. I'm going to holler at y'all. Be easy.